What's up, everybody? It is CMH from Trophy Hunters Gaming once again, and today this is a trophy guide for Gran Turismo 6, and this is for Who's Laughing Now. And this is to, or forget the wording, specific wording, go into the final round of a championship in third place or lower and emerge as overall champion. So basically what you need to do, the final round, the final race of the championship, you need to be third place or lower on the ranking board, and you need to win the championship by that race. So I know what you're saying. If I do the numbers quick in my head, that doesn't add up. That's requires luck. It does require a little bit of luck, but you can force it a little bit as well. So the best way to do this is to head into the Novice Championship. And you'll see it right here, and you want to do all 3 races that will start the actual championship. And you want to make sure you have a car under 450 performance points or less. If you do have a car that's just a little bit over, what you can do, you can press start, you can go to car settings, and you can go to the power, and you can limit the power. This will take down the performance points a little bit, but don't limit it too much, or else you're going to really strain the car and it's not going to be worth it. So say you have a car with 600 horsepower and you limit it down under 450, that's not going to be worth it whatsoever. So you can just do that. Say you have like a car with like 470, you could just limit the power on it. But I'm using this car. You can most likely find a much better car that will work for this than the one I'm using, but this one works for what I need it to, and that's all that really matters. So once you go into the first race, you want to make sure you place second. That's right, second on the first race. And then once we go into the second race, I'll explain what you need to do. Okay, so now we finished second in the first race. So now what you want to do is, you want to set it up so that you are in third place going into the third and final race, but you are still in a position where you can win easily. So what do we need to do? Well, anybody who looks at this for a few minutes will tell you that first and third needs to swap positions, and you've finished second again. And you would be correct. That's what you need to do. And I know what you're saying. Well, how are we going to make the AI do that? You can't just make the AI do things. Well, you can't necessarily make the AI do things, but you can give them a nudge in the right direction, if you know what I mean. So I'm basically going to walk you through the second race and show you what I'm going to do to make sure that I'm in the position where I'm going to win and everything like that. So you might want to write down the names of the people you need to place where. So I'm going to write down that I need Gilmore to finish third, and I need Kirk to finish first. Now these will be random generated names. They will be pretty much different every time. So whatever names you have, they're names. But if you can't really remember the names, remember what their cars are, like color-wise or whatever, and use that as a visual reference. So now we're going to go into the second race, and like I said, I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and this is live. This isn't pre-recorded like this is what I did. No, this is me live playing the game, showing you what I'm doing. So the good thing is, on this track, you have a little bit more of a longer track than on the first race. So you have a little bit more of a time window to work with to get the people where you want them. And once you sort of have them where you want them, you can pretty much keep them there by just some decent driving skills. Now, it's most likely going to start you in the back of the pack, but don't worry. You can easily work your way up. There's not that many people on the field, and so forth. So what are we going to do? Well, first off, we're not going to pay any attention to second, who needs to finish in first place right now, and he's going to be sitting in second place when the race starts. We're going to pay no attention to him at this time. We're going to let him do his thing, work his way up to first, but we're going to make sure that Gilmore here finishes third. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to switch to this view, just because it gives me a little bit more of a wide angle that I need to see. Now, you want to make sure that Gilmore finishes third. If he finishes fourth or fifth or anything else, you're gonna fuck it up. And you also want to make sure that you don't put him into a wall or something that he can't get himself out of. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to slow him down. And how am I going to do that? Well, it's going to be a little bit of a precision thing. But at the same time, it's not, too difficult to do. I've done this in other Gran Turismo games. It's worked well. And everything like that. So we're going to give him a bit of a nudge here and there. And we're going to try to get him off the driving line so we're not blocking the rest of the pack. So what you want to do, you want to get right underneath him here. And just sort of push him a little bit. You got to try to keep on him. It's really difficult. Alright, so now we got him where we need him. So we're going to pull in right behind Kirk here. And we're going to want to make sure that Gilmore gets up there. But what we want to do is we want to make sure Kirk gets where he needs to do. So we're going to do a little bump draft with Kirk. And bump draft is what I like to call it, is where you're pretty much just riding on his bumper, but you're sort of pushing him at the same time. Not really hitting him, but you're pushing him. You're pushing him, you're sort of giving him that little bit of extra speed. You're getting a little bit of that extra speed on the straightaways. He's going to pull away a little bit. So right here, we're going to demonstrate that right now. As you can see, we're pulling away from the pack. So we just want to make sure that Kirk here gets where he needs to get. Now you don't want to forget that you need to finish second. So we're going to block some of the pack here in hopes that Gilmore gets where he needs to get. Alright, so we got one more person in front of Gilmore. So we're gonna literally take this guy out. And Gilmore didn't really want to run into him, but we're almost there. And if this doesn't work, what you can do is you can just press start. You can't press start. I don't know if you can do it, but you should be able to restart the race either after you finish the race or, whatever. So there we go. We put him into the fucking wall. And now we just have to babysit Gilmore a little bit. And this is proving to be very difficult. Gilmore, would you just win the way I want you to? There we go. We're pretty much in good position now. So now we're just going to pull in front of this Lupo here and just sort of block him. We got people where they need them. Now we need to get in front of Gilmore before this last turn here. Gilmore's got enough of a lead where he's going to be alright. He's not going to place fourth. At least I hope he doesn't. Unless he wants to troll me. If he wants to troll me, Gilmore, we're going to have some words. We're going to have some words, Gilmore. I mean, I'm telling you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Almost fucked up there, but... Gilmore, why do you have to be such a cunt? Why? Don't you lose on me, Gilmore. Don't do it. That Lupo is just pushing it. That Lupo is pushing it. But as you can see, it's very tricky, but it's not too difficult if you do it right. So we got them where we needed to get them. All's good in the world. There we go. So now, as you can see, we got who we pretty much exchanged who won and who came in third in the first race. In the second race, we pretty much switched their places. And as you can see now, Gilmore and Kirk are tied with 160 points, and we are sitting right underneath them with 150. And as you can see, the amount of points you get what position you place. So we're going to get 100 points in the third and final round by winning the race. They're not going to get anywhere near that. We're going to win pretty easy, and this is pretty much how you set it up. Now I'm going to see you at the end of the third race when the trophy pops. Okay, so now we have won the final and third race. So now we're going to wait for the trophy to pop. What you can do to make this trophy maybe a little bit easier in your opinion, you can basically switch their positions in the sense of, have the guy who starts first finish third and so on in the first race. But see, the problem with the first race is that it's a very small track. So you don't really have a big time window. But there we go. We won while entering in 3rd place. The trophy hasn't popped yet. It's most likely going to pop after I exit the event. And there we go. Who's laughing now? It sounds bad, but as you can see, as I demonstrated for you, it's not too difficult to pretty much set up. That was actually my first attempt doing it, so there you go. It's not incredibly difficult. You might be able to do it within your first attempt. If not, I wouldn't say it would take you more than 3. Unless you're just having some bad luck. But anyway, if this helped you out, leave a like. And check back for more trophy guides. And I will see you next time.